Hey guys, we're here at garmentprinter.com with Fern Padilla.
I'm so proud of you.
An inside joke, I can't say people's names, and I get a lot of business names wrong. But Fern, love everything you've shown us. I love the industry we're in.
Yes.
But what you do, it really coincides where I see everything going, and it's becoming a digital world.
Yes.
Screen printing's not going to die. Embroidery's not going to die. But even look at embroidery. You had the color reel, and now Brother has their new technology, and all of a sudden
I couldn't get one for the show, but I will have it for my open house.
It's changing, even that process. So, screen printing 5 years ago became a hybrid for a lot of the digital squeegee and whatnot. So, it's a digital. I think of computers. You mentioned photography. How many? It's cool to use film. But is it efficient? Are you getting as good of results always? Not necessarily. No. So digital, it's something we've always wanted, but I feel like the technology is finally getting there. And behind us, we have 2 DTF printers.
Correct.
And in the apparel world, this is the digital process that we're really waiting for, that's impacted the industry unlike any process has in decades.
Correct. Boy, has it. Yes, I've seen from the way it used to be done to the way it's being done right now, and a cost-effective means of doing it with technology and digital of being able to do one. So, some of these big guys that you see that are used to do the 10,000s of that one design, it's the opposite now because of this digital world that we're in now. I'm doing 10,000 individuals seamlessly because I have that horsepower or that digital conduit to allow that to happen. And just being able to spread that to all my audiences. And the direction that I see, yes, the one-off business, absolutely flourishing, and especially with what we're conditioned. Everybody wants that drive-through experience. I want everything now, or if not yesterday. But even in the manufacturing sector, where it used to be 300,000 and 30,000, now it's, hey, 300. That's still considered a small order, but technology is allowing that to happen. Whether it's sublimated leggings, whether it's that have to decorate online, have them print it, cut it with laser, keep track of the assets with barcoding technology, sew it, and still get it to you in a couple of days. That's not going to change, basically. So anything in between is what I'm starting to see right now, where people are taking a look at, especially in cities like LA. LA is like, okay, we used to have major numbers, and don't get me wrong, there still are, but a lot of it is going overseas. But what can I do in, let's call it the boutique class? So the boutique class is right now where you have up and coming brands that can't justify doing this kind of investment and this kind of quantities, and hopefully it all sell. Digital changed that. I just need a few of these, 100 of those, 100 of those. I'm hearing the big brick and mortars, they're going through their adjustments too, but let's backtrack up a couple years. Now they're already know, I only want 25 of those. I want 50 of those, but guess what? I'm able to order, a whole rainbow of different options, and you can make whatever quantities I need. Now I can do that. So yeah, digital is absolutely here to stay. It's changing how we do it, but it's not changing that we're doing it. Decorating, again, apparel decorating is a vanity. We don't have to do it. We want to do it. We want that story behind the Nike logo. We want the story behind that. But all this stuff is just magnificent to see. I've been in the business long enough to see that change from how it was to where it's now and everything in between.
So kind of a little bit of a chicken and egg question for you. Was it the customer demanding that lower run capability? I only want one. I don't want to buy hundreds. Or was it the technology got to the point and then we showed the customer?
Precisely that. They didn't know what they want. They just know they want it.
So once we had the technology and we said, oh, we can do one. We don't have a setup fee. And they're like, I'm not going to buy 100 shirts anymore. I'm going to buy one at a time.
Right. And regardless of what demographic you or your business model resides, yeah, absolutely, that's true. The way we do it is just different, but it's still being done. And technology allows it to happen that much easier. Faster, quicker, and cheaper, frankly. And again, the audience now is massive, so that's where, again, that mom and pop, that 3rd bedroom operation, all those people could absolutely benefit. And it's funny, many years ago, I was once in a seminar talking about home-based businesses. I go, this is never going to happen. Boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I wrong.
We all started our basement, our garage, and so forth.
No,
and the barriers of entry just got even less, Fern. I mean, it used to be, I mean, it was already low.
Yeah.
But now you can buy a heat press. You can the #1 selling heat press in the world is the Fusion, Hotronics Fusion IQ. It's
product.
$2,650. It's a manual press. You could buy the best heat press that's a manual
Yes.
for under $3,000, and you can compete with that 100,000 square foot facility because they're probably using a lot of the same technology.
So the big guys need to take note of that. Big guys need to take note of that. I'm sure
it's getting a little scary because it used to be, man, you got to have so much skill, so much equipment, and so forth. Now, do what you're good at, what you like. And it's also become really easy to partner up with that other shop down the street. Hey, I like this technology. I'm going to buy, a DTF printer. Do you think you're going to need transfers? Well, you know what? I like DTF, but I don't feel like buying the printer. I just bought new embroidery equipment. Well, great. I don't want to buy embroidery equipment. Can I send those jobs? That's where I see the industry going. It's so much, do what you like, outsource what you don't. Be that one-stop shop that way.
It's the digital networks putting real people together, as you alluded here. Absolutely, and the ease to get into the technology, the affordability of the technology, the user experience of the technology. It's just growing and growing, and it's here. It absolutely is. So compared to my yesteryears of wanting to get into an industry, it took a pretty chunk of change to get into it, as you alluded earlier. Not the case anymore. And back to the Hotronics product, again, they're building the right product to address that. When they put heat on the bottom, that changed a lot of things.
Yep.
It created this whole other category of heat-plated products that are now, like, i.e. the 3D puff. That is amazing, beautiful. I could put that anywhere. UV DTF, same thing. It's like, okay, this is easy, beautiful, amazing. I could do one now. I could do 1,000 if I needed to. Where's your business?
Yep.
Where's your business? But it's there to be had. Do you have the hustle to go after it?
That's the big thing too. I think that the actual, focusing on sales and the hustle is more important than a lot of little things. I mean,
true. Sometimes it's too easy that the energy.
Something I overlooked for a while. I got too wrapped up in production or other things, and at the end of the day, what should I have been focusing on? Building my clientele,
right.
And so forth. And something else that I find really, really cool and interesting is transfers came about in kind of the 70s. You did have plastisol transfers, and then heat transfer vinyl.
Were you around then?
No, I wasn't around then, but I know
I
about
was.
it. But it's now come back to a transfer world to a degree because here's the benefits of a transfer. One, you don't have to actually print it yourself.
Right.
You can, as long as you just apply it, now you don't even have to buy that equipment, but you can put a design when you want it, where you want it. It's that on-demand capability. And it's, again, transfers are awesome. And, eco-solvent, wide format, a lot of it, a sticker to me is still a transfer to a degree. Somebody else is applying it.
True.
Maybe I'm not doing it. So, it's interesting how things come full circle. Every decoration process has a time and place. There's a lot of different ways you can go about the industry, but the big thing I have seen in my 15 years, I don't have the time that you have on it, but in my 15 years, I have really seen digital get to the point where the cost of the equipment has come down drastically.
Yes.
The media has come down drastically. The print quality has gotten better. I mean, it wasn't terrible.
And the exposure of what you do is exponentially out there. Again, I come from the Yellow Page era, okay? Thomas Guide era. Some of you may understand what I'm talking about, but some of you are, what's this guy talking about? But yeah. Information, access to information, access to expose your world, it is absolutely here, okay? And now, especially with apparel decorating, as you mentioned, cheaper, faster, better, more affordable, easier to use, all that allows you, now it really is up to you to determine your grind. If you have a serious grind, there's plenty of it for you. If you don't, hey, you can still make a decent, respectable income with it. What are you happy with?
All right, guys, visit garmentprinter.com, hit up Fern, bug him, and he will help you make a good decision and help you work through your problems. But
I have no choice but to do that. Okay, appreciate you, Zach, buddy. Thanks, everybody, for hearing my story again.